Well, hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a painting that has a little bit of something for everyone. So I've got a mountain scene with cows. I think this is in the Alps, maybe. It said it was in Italy, so it's not my picture, but I'll link it in the description. I did make a couple of edits to this. Just in my mock-up, I brought one of the cows a little bit closer to the foreground, so made it bigger and a little lower, and then I cropped it to square, so just to kind of fit my canvas. I'm working on a big 24 by 24 artboard today, which, yeah, I don't know. I prepped it a little bit differently than I usually do, so I used a spreader instead of brushing it on, so I've got kind of like a plastery texture on it to start with. It's a little bit smoother than what I normally work with, but I wanted to see how that would play. I'm gonna do painting in a few layers. I'm gonna do some wax and some texture. I'm gonna start with a little bit of drawing and underpainting first, so yeah, it should be cool. Yeah, I've been just kind of experimenting with different processes a little bit for combining knife and brush and wax and paint, and just kind of finding different ways to make the kind of images that I like. So yeah, this will be one of those. Just gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna use this kind of medium-sized brush, I think, for my initial sketching. I'm gonna do that in a couple colors. I'm gonna do a blue kind of outlining for some of the background elements and mountains. And then I'm going to go to a sort of warmer alizarin burnt sienna kind of underpainting for the foreground, I think. Yeah, it should be cool. So yeah, for the background blue, I'm going to use cobalt and ultramarine. Let me just start with cobalt, keep it kind of mellow initially. Yeah, maybe it'll go, I'm kind of looking at all these different mountains and I'm thinking it's kind of like cobalt, ultramarine, maybe like a viridian ultramarine, kind of a dark, and then it kind of comes into like an alizarin undertone in the foreground. Yeah, I think that'll be about how it works. So maybe start out with just some cobalt, and I'm gonna mix in a little bit of lavender solvent to this. Actually, I'm just gonna put it sort of out on the palette so I can kind of grab a little bit of it. And then I said maybe some ultramarine. I probably don't need to technically grab all these colors, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. And then sort of a alizarin ultramarine. Yeah. Let's start with those. I'm going to try to keep in mind that I want to mix up larger quantities of my colors for this painting. Often when I switch from big paintings to little paintings, it takes me a little bit to kind of like get back in the swing of things. So come in about a third. Yeah, that's about where that starts. Got kind of a little bit of a mountain edge here. This doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just kind of getting the basic shapes in. Make sure I like the composition. I could decide to change some of this stuff too. I do have a mock-up I'm working with, but this will be interesting working on this smooth background here. I kind of like that. Okay. And I've got some great clouds and things too, so I'm not going to worry about putting those in just yet, though. And I've got a little bit of this. about here. And then I've got kind of this little it's not too important, but I'll just get that in there, I guess. Alright. Okay. A few different layers here to actually sort of fading these outline colors kind of helps me keep track of them a little bit better. I almost dipped my brush in the water, so it's still, I guess it is still a temptation. I should move it. I've been liking these sort of thin layers for underpainting lately, though. Like, just, you know, it's kind of a way to get situated, do a little sketching, put down a little bit of variation right from the start. Here. Funny how this also starts out looking really vibrant, and then as I build up the layers, these initial layers won't look as strong, but I can decide kind of where I want to bring more emphasis back in later. Not even fuzzying these edges here. Okay. And then come up a little closer, getting a little darker even. I'm gonna add just a little meridian into this. Gonna keep it kind of thin. I like all these different changes in color though. This is good. Gives me even more to build from later. Okay. More solid out here. try and go through this part kind of fast. I know it's not gonna really last, but I've been finding having these kind of like unified underpaintings really just makes it show up really great later. No, I'm kind of looking at sort of the darker colors in every area, so that if some of these kind of stay in the shadows, that just kind of gives a good foundation for the rest of it. I feel like lately I just notice how much all the detail is really in the light, and trying to get these kind of brush strokes that really show the texture of all this rock though. I'm not building a thick edge there either. No, this will be kind of sharp. Okay. That's a start. Got the sky to do too. Got kind of a grayer area of clouds, and then it gets like really blue up at the top. I'm gonna come back to that. I think I'm gonna just try and get my cows sketched in for now. Get a kind of undertone under the grass. So I'm gonna switch to the small round for the cow sketching part. Okay. I'm gonna use a little burnt sienna for that. It's a good color for these cows. I tried a little test painting with some cows and it didn't go that great, but I think I learned some things from it, so hopefully that will kind of work out for this. This is kind of the top of this one's head. Maybe the bottom of the body is here. And I've got this spine and this kind of hip bone here. Something like that. And there's kind of a shadow down here too. Is that a rock? I think that's a rock. I'm gonna get rid of that rock. It's in a weird place. The tail's kind of swooping up. And then I've got the face. But from my first cow painting experiment, I think what I learned is I'm going to just paint them as if they're one color. So I'm going to paint these as brown, and then I'm going to add their white spots in later, because I think it's more important to get the form established. And at least for me, with their spots and things being so sort of irregular, it was really distracting. So I'm going to try for this one, I'm going to paint them as if they're just brown, and then I'm going to add their white spots in. It's an ear. Let's try and get these big shapes about right. Maybe I should sketch my other cow in too. So this one, yeah, it's just like quite a bit further back. Oh, it's a cute house. It's got its like legs out. It's like how my cat used to sit sometimes. Okay. This one's going to be a little easier because it's smaller. I like that. Just putting in some of these big shadows. Once I have it kind of blocked out, I feel like it's a lot easier to see what's happening. Oh, still a little bit of allergies going on. Okay. Here, much darker shadow. I'm just kind of scrubbing my colors on here. And then here, so it's getting into the sort of light area. Do a little shadow for the back of the tail here. Their ears are a little tricky. Probably ears and the sides of their faces. Somehow I think when they're looking away, it's actually a little more difficult. But I've got two cows that are essentially looking away, so maybe I'll figure it out by the end of this. Shadow under this one too. And I think as I get closer, the shadows are darker, and then here I've got kind of a lighter area underneath them. I'm gonna start with the bigger brush and just kind of put that in there. Adding that to my Alizarin Meridian mix. And we'll get into some nice details. Big scruffy brush marks though. Just a little linseed oil to that. I like this because it's a way to kind of like get these contours in. I feel like all these little lines kind of I show you the shape of the land. Here we go. Okay. Let's get a good feel. Okay. Yeah, it's coming along. It's going to work pretty well. Okay. For the most part, all the colors that I'm using so far are transparent colors. So the white that I'm getting, and this is all what's kind of coming through still, which keeps it from getting really muddy looking. Keeps the colors bright. I think that's pretty nice. Alright, I think I'm gonna do a little bit with the sky. Yeah, maybe time. Alright, so for the sky I've got, kind of want like a gray. I'm gonna just make a kind of a blue gray with this burnt sienna and the cobalt and a little linseed oil, a little more solvent. And I want to sketch in, just kind of get the shape of some of these clouds underneath. They're sort of in a few layers here. Go a little bit toward blue. Just it's gonna look a little dark to start. But I think I'm gonna be able to sort of brighten it up. It's gonna kind of fade these peaks out of the clouds. That's the theory anyway. Just blending some of these shapes in here. We'll learn something new. Either it'll work or it won't. Okay, so I've got those clouds in here. I I'm going to leave the white of the background for the most part where I expect to have it more white. I won't go a little Savage Blue. This is the first titanium that I've kind of introduced now. Just put in the sky that's up here. I'll probably do a wax layer over all the sky. I do like a nice sky texture, but I'll do that up a little slower. And a little bit of this blue down here, just puff into the clouds. That's pretty good. More linseed, a little more. It's a little trickier to control the value when you're just trying to thin the paint. At least I'm not as good at it yet. As you get the hang of it, you can use it as a like that. Pretty good, okay. Get pretty fussy if I can get that. That's about a layout right there. Cool. All right. What do you say we get some knives out now? This will take me a little while to lay that out, but I think it's going to pay off even though it's not a knife. Let's start out with this one. I've got a lot of sort of sharp details and things that I want to lay in, so I'll use the old mountain knife for mountains. Okay. So I'm going to start going into the darkest areas first. I'm going to make let's do a sort of Meridian ultramarine color. That's going to go into a lot of these mountain areas, and I'll dull it back with a little bit of alizarin as I go. Maybe I'll make an alizarin-ish dark over here too. Ultramarine, this one will be more of a purple. So I'm not moving too far from the colors that I've been using already. I'm just going to be putting them on a little bit thicker now. So probably put some of these on a bit thick. Do kind of a cobalt mix too. Yeah. start with these peaks that are the furthest away. Start just kind of letting the knife shape create them. I'll be able to refine it a little bit when I bring the sky in overhead. I'll try to get the right idea in here anyway. I'm going to come a little bit further, and we'll go a little toward the screen here. Then I've got an even darker one. And I have a lot of this sort of dark stuff up here. Just kind of lay it on with the knife, and you probably work it back and forth a little bit. A little bit more yellow up here. Let's try that in. Might be too yellow, but maybe it'll mix in. Really dark right now compared to my reference, but I think I'm gonna just trust it and not bring the light back out. I think my turtle painting was like that too, where it looked dark for a while, and then once it lit up, it really lit up a lot. So, try and trust the process here that way as well. I think having like a lot of variety, different interactions kind of built into the darks, it can really, it just brings a lot of life to the painting. I love like sort of vertical shapes in here. These faces like drop off a lot more. Bringing these different shapes through here as I see them. There we go. Starting to kind of show up. I like how kind of scrubbing the paint in can kind of create a light area without just really lifting and moving the paint around a bit. Just got these kind of like veins here. Not sure, it's like, I guess it's like the rock face, but there's like some kind of plant matter growing in between them. It's really pretty. I don't know. I don't quite know what it's doing. We're kind of creating these striations here. All these little things. Building in some more of these colors into the glass. Just bit stronger there. I like it. Okay. Yeah, let's do kind of the same thing over here. So a little bit more of this sort of purple. This darkest shadow. Side of the face here. It's kind of a tricky spot. I'm gonna have to zoom in on this a little bit to get it right, but not today. Little linseed oil, burnt sienna, a little bit of cad yellow, just lighten a little bit without going into white. Let's see. I'm gonna put this tone in here to sort of build up the shape a bit too. I'm gonna stick to what I said about not worrying about the part of the cow that's white yet. Just paint it like it's brown. See what happens if I do that. It might work. Okay. Maybe that part of the tail I'll keep. So white. I did grab just a little bit of white on my brush just to sort of block that in. Yeah, let's try that out. Okay, and this cow's face is brown anyway. I don't know why I was using that. Okay. I think. No, it's gonna be tricky. I think I've got the nose like not the right spot, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. It's feeling a little bit dog-like to me, but I don't know if that's a real thing or not. If it's just that I'm getting paranoid. Trying to kind of simplify things a little bit. I feel like when you've got it right, it doesn't take much, you know? That tail is coming up over there. That's pretty cool. Alright. That's pretty close, I think. What do you think? Is it break time? Let's zoom in on this cow. Let's see. It's actually pretty good. Just kind of getting some of these brush marks in that I think will help with texture later. There we go. Okay, let's check out the other one. This one looks pretty good too. Cool, you can see its hooves. Okay. That's pretty good. I know, that was a lot of brushing. Okay, so let's see. I think I actually want to let this maybe sit a little bit. And then come in and really do the lights and have them stay kind of nicely separated, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Should be fun. Alright, well, I'll be back in a few. Alright, and I'm back. Let's see, this is gonna be fun. So today I'm gonna be going in with wax. And yeah, just keeping working on it, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how long this one's gonna take me. It probably might be a while, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see. I think I want to start in the foreground actually. I want to kind of like keep the grass pretty simple. I don't want it to be too much of a feature. I'm gonna leave some of this kind of like warm alizarin color kind of showing through. I'm gonna keep it fairly dark. I think that the sky is probably the lightest thing in this image. Yeah, so I'm gonna just keep working on it. So start out. I use my round knife for a little bit, at least to get mixing. I don't want to put a lot of sharp edges into these shapes, really. So try and get a nice, kind of deep murky green. Maybe able to try some cadmium yellow, some ultramarine. Let's see. It kind of looks like the color it might be. Kind of a warm and dark green. That's pretty good. Maybe have a lighter version of that as well. More yellow. And I'll be able to vary it a little bit with the wax too. So get a couple options going. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna overmix this one. Actually, let it have some streaks in it. Get some wax. What my opener for? And use a cleaner knife to get that out. Back to my greens. So bit of wax in that one, bit of wax in that one. And I guess it'll end up getting somewhat blended since I've got to get the wax blended into it, but that's okay. I can still add in a little bit. I add just a bit of cadmium into both of those and kind of let it be just a little lighter and a little streakier. Keep it kind of simple. Okay. So a little closer here as it's darker. Yeah, Like I said, I'm gonna leave it a little thin, let some of this red kind of come through. Maybe even make up a redder version of this too. Yeah. Some of these areas, I think that would be good, especially up front. Try and keep it a little of everything happening. Might even go a little white. Just a couple of spots further back here. I've been interested in seeing kind of like what you can do with an underpainting and how much you can kind of preserve from it. How to use those, like that interplay of like two different color families together, I guess. Let's see. Good. Much more yellow. Start putting a little of that back here. I'm gonna give my cows a little space right now. I'm not coming in to do all the sort of detail around them. I want to just start seeing these colors. A little bit of shadow on that one though. Because the red is the complement of the green, it will automatically kind of look like a darker tone or darker version of it if you mixed in. So I do that. I do that a lot. It's a good method for some things. It's gonna take a lot of restraint for me not to want to fill this all in, but I'm gonna really try not to. So it's so tempting because like on some level it kind of feels like I missed a spot, but I really think if I let it kind of shimmer through, it's gonna look good. So that gonna be for now. I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna try not to cover it all up. And then I'm gonna just keep doing some similar things. So I've got some kind of gray stone that kind of filters all the way through back here. It's kind of a warm gray. I'm gonna take, let's see, maybe I'll mix up a lot of this stuff into one color. Let's see, I'm sure it'll end up in some kind of gray. Maybe we can push it in the right direction. A little bit more, a little more alizarin. It's a little dark. It's a little red now too. Let's go a little more green. And we have to get some white in there. Yeah, that's about right. Nice warm gray. Grab a bunch of wax. Mix that in. And now try gonna have a couple little variations on this. Kind of a bluer one for a little bit. Lips. This one might benefit from the other knife. Let's try this one. I'm creating these little ridge shapes that I see. But it still leave oops. Wasn't ideal. Let some of this purple come through though still. Okay. And it goes a little bit lighter. Get some more clean white out in a minute. I'll leave this a little streaky though. Just gonna glide that down there. Such an interesting rock formation actually. It's got something's growing in it. All these little veins. Let's see. And a little bit more white. All these little things, I kind of put these in as textures in the first layer, and then I'm just kind of picking them up, bringing them out in this light. I don't know, it might work. Don't worry about getting every little detail in here, just kind of the right amount. Pretty nice. as I go back, it's getting a little darker and a little bluer. So just keep going, but not hopefully introduce quite as much contrast. And ultramarine, just kind of create the different shapes I see back here. Almost try not to look at what I've already done as I do this too. Just not worry about like filling in every line. There we go, a little darker, a little more back here. Now it starts to really look like different rock forms though. I think everything doesn't need to look like a really crisp edge either. A lot of these things are kind of fading in front of and behind each other. A little bit more bright stuff going on there. Not too bright though. Alright, starting to have what I feel. It's amazing what just bringing in like a contrasting color can do. Even up here, it's like these rocks. They're like the same kind of rocks that are in here. They're just kind of peeking out of this grass. Okay, just kind of mix them in. It starts to make the whole thing make a little bit more sense. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the sky, into some of these other areas. Yeah, I think I'll probably do a little bit more with some of this rock, but I'm gonna use some smaller knives for that. And I don't want to get into the detail too early. I want to keep focusing on like the big shapes and colors. So go ahead and mix up a skyish color. Use some white and some blue, some wax. I think this will be interesting. I'm actually going to be able to sort of build the atmosphere on top of the mountains a little bit. So I'm going to use the transparency from the wax for that, which is actually how that really works in a way. Really about the sort of air and sort of humidity is kind of like what you're looking through. That's why things sort of drop off further away. So, what did I just do with the knife? There it is. Okay. So, yeah, so we'll do titanium white, wax, Let's do ultramarine. And I'm picking ultramarine for this partially, and also because it's already a transparent color. I may add a little bit of Cypress blue too, but I want to see what I can do if I leave it a little bit more transparent to start. Oh, it's still very, very opaque there. Let's go add a little bit more wax to that. And because the previous layer is nice and dry, I don't really have to worry too much about pressing on this a lot, so I might be able to. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Let's start to see through it a little bit. Maybe not enough, though. Let's see. Let's see what happens if I do this. Might kind of cool to do this. Ah, that's neat. I kind of like that. Okay, yeah, let's try this out. I think it's gonna be kind of cool. So the idea here is I'm putting in this sort of muted sky color, and I'm putting it in over these peaks that are sort of the furthest away. I kind of want them to blend together, but I do want them to still show separately too. I'm gonna bring this, let me go all the way up into these clouds even. Okay, a little bit here. I'm gonna go into some brighter blues further up and to try and see what I could do with this first. Okay. Just try that. And then try and bring them back out. What if I used like a zinc white or something? That might be worth having. I don't have a zinc white, so. But zinc white is a transparent white, which might be better for this kind of shenanigans. I really love wax in the skies though. It's really fun. Okay. So that, get another one. And I'm just gonna try and bring this through just a little bit. rougher. That's cool. Okay. I like that. It's kind of like a, I mean, it really is a glazing technique, I guess. Which is interesting. It's actually kind of a quick glazing technique compared to a lot of them, because the wax actually doesn't take too long to dry, which is nice. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay. Do actually a nice way to fade out some of these sort of darker forms back here. Just a little bit. Just make it a little bit. Okay. Really cool. Okay, that's a good, see, try things. Sometimes they work out. Really dark stuff got up here. I've actually been some paint that wasn't completely dry, but I like it. Okay. So, let's see, a little bit more sky maybe. I do want to go a bit brighter. Bring a little Cypress blue in. Let me do this in a couple of little groups. Let's do some Cypress blue. Some more ultramarine. And take this one to there. It's interesting, just painting the sky and more, you should start to get a little bit more definition out of the clouds without really even painting the clouds, you know, it's just by bringing in this contrast around. Go across the top here with the darkest color here. And leave it kind of thick, maybe, kind of textural. The highest piece. And then kind of fade in a little bit. Some of this. I like that. Okay. So let's do. Put in this soft edge here. Nice way to get a real fluffy edge on the clouds too. A little paper towel fun. Try to do like really round shapes for all of this too. Sort of get them in there, but not. a great way to rough up these edges a little bit. Keep the sky. Actually kind of like that towel texture on the sky. Keep working that in. Coming in here and doing just a little bit. This edge. I want to do. Just have them look like they're all part of the same painting, I guess. Got wiping a little bit of this off. Actually, just fold the towel over, and I'm gonna blend a little bit right at this edge, but I don't want to bring too much of this bright blue onto it. Actually, it'd be okay if I brought some of that away. There we go. Okay. Just thinning out this edge a little bit here. I'm gonna put some white wax on these brightest areas of the clouds. But I don't need this too bright. I'm doing a lot with the shapes, which is nice. Alright. Cool. So having a lot of fun with this towel thing. I don't know. It might be dumb. Just softening this one just a little bit too. It feels really like rich and atmospheric though. I'm trying to do let this fade a little bit kind of as it goes back. Try to find that sort of right amount. It's pretty nice. Okay, stop that. And I'm gonna put in the white. So grab some wax, some white. And then go ahead and scrub this. I'm going to put a sharper edge on the very brightest areas. A little bit of that here. Trying to make it not look like it's just the shape of the knife too. So I'm like kind of moving it around a little bit. For a little bit it looked like I had kind of a thick edge there that was basically this wide. That's kind of where I pull off some of these little tails, I guess. Getting just like a lot of different layers of color. It starts to bring it all together. Allergy's a little bit better, not fully there though. we go. I think those are some nice puffy clouds. Maybe just a little bit more. Here, I want to try putting a little paper towel on. Just a little bit over here. This is kind of a low risk area. Let's see. I'm gonna scrub those in. Nice. I'm gonna leave more of the knife texture in sort of the main areas, but just these edges. It's fun to blend them off like that. I like that. Okay. That's pretty nice. I don't want it to get too cloudy, but I do like these little puffs. Nice, okay. About these cows. I think the one thing I'm feeling like the background, I might be really close to done on it, and I don't want to be tempted to go back in if I get the cows really looking good. So maybe I'm gonna do one more layer on a little bit of this foreground. Get rid of this Viridian. This pile is not doing me any good at this point. It happens. I set these up and I really like having them all have the same spot. I think like it almost helps me have kind of like muscle memory where I'll go back to for certain colors without almost looking. So that's a reason that I like them to be always where they are. If I put out a different set, I tend to start looking for the wrong colors in the wrong places. So I'm making kind of a blue-green. This is going to go on a little bit transparently. And a little of that. I'm going to just put this in a little bit here. Let it be a little, maybe mix in here a little of this gray. Some of this sort of grass. Or I don't know if it might be moss. It's probably more like a moss. It's like it was looking a little too kind of streaky. So I want to kind of apply it so it feels like it's kind of growing out from between these rocks, which is what it looks to me like it's doing. I'll try and keep it kind of simple still. It's just feeling a little contrasty in a way that I don't mind, but it's maybe taking a little too much attention. I'm gonna end up having to probably go back in around the cows a little bit, but that's okay. We'll see what happens. Alright. Switch to a small knife for these guys. Start with the further one first, I think. So I'm just gonna zoom in. And I've got enough of the background for comparison's sake. Try and keep this really simple. I don't wanna make it complicated, I guess. Take a little white, a little yellow ochre, mix up kind of like a sunlit color. Do a little bit of burnt sienna, bunch of wax, and maybe it's still a little cat yellow. Looked a little bit dark to me. I don't know. Maybe I'll know when I put it on. Let's try and get some of these major highlights in place. Keep it kind of simple. I don't think it really needs too much, actually. This. Still kind of painting as though this cow is all brown, but I am going to start bringing in the white soon too. Alright. Let's see. Take a white. Take a little bit of this gray. I'm not gonna go to a white yet. I might not use true white on this cow at all, actually. Just try and match some tones I'm seeing. I'm seeing them. Really try and keep it as simple as I can. No one's gonna know if I get the spots slightly wrong either. Okay. And then I need like actually maybe this darker sort of brown gray. Actually doesn't look too bad. Sorry. I don't know. It's not gonna be perfect. That's for sure. That is still worth a try, I think. It's got like a green color on it too. Put that on. Because why not, right? Gonna need to go. Probably need to put the shadows in a little bit more, but I'm gonna hold off on it for right now. Try and just scrape some of the lights where I feel like I overdid them. Just have a little room. Maybe reevaluate later. I need a bit of a blue-gray here. That's good. Okay. So let's go. Let's skip away from that one for a minute. Go to the one closer to the foreground. Give that a try too. I'll reserve judgment for a little bit. Alright, so I want this highlight color. Put that in. Got ear here. Forms light brown. Like a slightly darker version of this as well. Just sort of think about for a minute, maybe. I like how the brush strokes kind of give me like a fur texture. I'm gonna put the knife over them, and that's kind of nice. Start building in some of this white fur as well. Put some white paint, wax, and more wax. I'm being a little messy with these colors, that's okay. Okay, so over this burnt sienna highlight color here, a little bit over here. I'm going to make the light version of this again. White, wax. Oh, that looks good. They're not going to be all the same colors everywhere anyway. Try and not mix this wax into different areas too much. Let it, these different areas do what they do. Don't want it to get all blended. Okay, that's all brown. And then I've got, this is definitely much more gray here. This shadow that's on the white fur. If I get it right, I think this will start to have like a 3D feel to it. Hopefully. Any luck. Okay. Got that. Okay. A little bit more in here. Got some lighter fur that's gonna be not quite that gray, but I've also got some spots that are gonna be brown. I'll leave a little bit of this red showing through here too. Kind of a tricky area. Let's see. Get a little bit more. It's gonna be white, but it's not as white as the white on the other side. So I'll mix it into this gray to start seeing how that goes. This is a point where it would be easy to get scared and stop, but I'm just not going to listen to that noise in my head. found usually it's better to just get scary, just stick to the plan, do the thing you need to do. And keep working on shapes. Alright. This. Make my sort of end of the tail color. And then I want to go a little bit whiter. Maybe not that way. I'll see. Put a little yellow in there too. And it goes to like one step brighter. There we go. And then it's like a little bit of a shadow under the tail here. Could be a little darker maybe. Start putting it over this white. Got a little spot there. I'm gonna bring the knife over and simplifying some of these shapes here. They look a little too busy in a way. Shadow under the tail's a little weird. Let me try it again in a few minutes. Might just be too much going on here. Okay. Okay. Let's try and get, I think some of this whiter area up here will be helpful. Put in the grayer part of it first. This is the white, but in the shadow. Keep it a little simple. There we go. That works. And then we'll do some white. Put this into the shadow. Be a little bit, just a little warmer. Not quite completely white yet. Let's see. Let's see how that feels. Sometimes I don't know till I see it there. How I feel about it. Just putting that little shoulder line in actually did help the shape feel better though. Simplify it. Get another sort of white area. I'm going to go just a little whiter for that one. Tricky. Or kind of goes up and then goes down. Got some little spots in here. Not too bad. Okay. A little more red. Kind of a lighter. Trying to find the right color for this. It's almost orangey. Try that out. It's tricky. Alright. It's weird, I think because I don't see its eye anyway. It's kind of like just an awkward view. Just keep at it, I guess. Like, maybe time to go into the grass a little bit. Just adjust some of these edges. I don't know. Yeah, there's a space in here that I need to make green. I think I'll make it green. Let's start. Try and make a good one though. I'm gonna go a little bit light. Just to get enough contrast in here. Hopefully it won't look weird. I feel like this little jawline is what I actually need to figure out. in the neck, maybe. And a little more white. Not quite blocking enough of the underneath there. And then over here, it's kind of the same kind of thing. Gonna work on some edges. Moving some of this paint around here. Get this to sort of fade in. Something is just weird on this. Maybe more than one something. Could be multiple somethings. But I'm just stick with it. It's a little too light, but it should be lighter than what I have, which might be part of why he's looking a little bit funny shaped. Let's see. Maybe just some values that need to be better. Trying to get the right look without getting overly detailed. It's proving a bit difficult. For me, anyway. a little better. Getting there anyway. Getting there. It's really not too bad, but then there's something that's just very wrong. I still feel like I'm putting some more of this light in the grass. I've got a good color for it, so I might as well put it to work. Because it's this like rocky ground. Alright, I think these shadows are a place I could make some improvements. I'm gonna make a alizarin viridian type dark here. And really use that as a way to start. Bringing in a cast shadow. I had this originally. It kind of got lost, but I think it's good. I want the same thing on this one over here. Maybe just have them a little better set in their places. Actually, makes a big difference, I think. something weird about this cow's face. I think it's because this ear looks like it could be an eye. It's actually like a little bit unclear what it's doing. I really don't want to get too fussy with details on this because I feel like it runs the risk of going off the rails. I do. Oh, and then I've got the collar too. Maybe I'll put the collar on this one too. I feel like it's better if they match, right? So. Yeah, every time I go in near that edge, it's a little dicey. All right. Oh, I keep going back between thinking it's terrible and then thinking it's really not too bad. Let's see. Look at this tail. It doesn't make sense without its shadow, so I'm gonna try and put it in here. Make a huge mess doing it. Okay, it's not too bad. It's a little warmer. Stand up. starting to, I think it's starting to take shape in a good way. Going back in and just increasing the layers on this. It just brings up the saturation a bit. That might have turned, maybe that brought the plane of the ear a little bit better. Brought it around. Tricky. That would be a tricky angle on a person, and I know what people look like a little better. I don't know. Okay. Really just, I feel like when it says cow, that's when I'm gonna stop on it. Sometimes it says camel, sometimes it says like dog to me right now. It's definitely getting better though. One of it is really being able to get your values now. It's like really the shape isn't really the problem at this point. I think it's just having these planes look like they're doing the right thing in 3D. Maybe that's it. Maybe I've got it. Zoom in a little bit. It's also like a little tuft here. Really defined shape. Just got a little bit of hair fluff. Might be good. Ear just needs to look a little rounder. It's like a little pointy. Needs to kind of swoop down. Like the swoopy ear thing is. That's a cow thing. Touch. Alright. Maybe since the lawnmower's just started up, it's a good time to take a break. So I'm gonna do that. And I don't think it needs a lot more. I think it probably just needs a little time to set up and for me to think about it and decide what it really needs next. So alright, well, I'll be back in a few. All right, and I'm back. And honestly, I think that that lawnmower was really well timed and has saved me a bunch of trouble. I feel like I might have been on the verge of making a mess of this, and when I took a little break and I stepped back from it and I looked at it, I really was like, it's pretty good. So, unfortunately, what wasn't pretty good is the fact that the last segment was all recorded with just my iPhone microphone and not with my good microphones, so that's unfortunate, but I really love the painting. I'm probably going to post this anyway because I feel like it would be a shame not to. So, I already edited it. It's not too bad. Hopefully you agree. But I think that the one thing I was looking at as I was looking at this a little bit more, I feel like the only thing I really strongly dislike is this area right in here where I've got this like light area coming up against this cow's head, coming up against, like, it's just sharp in a way that isn't quite great. So I think I'm gonna hopefully not do too much more to most of it, but just that a little bit, maybe a little bit more here and there if I decide to. But kind of hoping that I can restrain myself and not go too crazy. It's funny. It looks like really messy up close, but then it works, which is kind of I just love paintings that do that. So like, I know like a lot of Monets are like that. I mean, a lot of Impressionist paintings in general have that quality, and I think this one really does, and it's because the light is working in it for the most part. So I'm gonna just bring in a little bit of blue-green and bring this down. I think I'm gonna bring this line more like that, maybe, and let this get dark in here. Might even scrape off. Yeah, scrape a little bit of this, I think. Because actually maybe that is most of what I needed to do. And I felt like I had that problem of like this back and this edge being lined up, which again, they are in the photo, but it doesn't really look as good as if they don't, so that's what I get to fix as a painter. So, I'm gonna go in here with just a little bit of ultramarine and maybe a little Viridian and maybe a little bit of alizarin. Just make kind of a general bluey dark. And I'm going to put a little wax into this, but not too waxy either. And I'm going to kind of zoom in on this cow. So if I am putting in something here, I can kind of use this to help out with the shape a little bit. I think that, yeah, that line will kind of draws you into it a little bit differently. Kind of feather this in and not leave this extremely sharp too. It's a little better. Maybe do just a little bit more green and yellow. Kind of start just bringing this in. Maybe like a little bit of wax there. Some of this is mostly just to kind of eases that in a little bit. I like this light area here. I'm gonna just slightly put in a little of that green. Sometimes I feel like if you don't put like a lot of colors a little bit everywhere, then they look like they don't belong, even though they should belong. Okay, it's a little bit more mellow. Yeah, it's really quite good. I think I might. I'm going to put just a little bit of a white highlight on this far cow, just right here. And what's going on with this white here? That's kind of unnecessary. I'm gonna take a little burnt sienna, a little bit of white, a little bit of wax. Just mellow this out a little bit. Like this one. It's its little kind of ear shape in here too. Bring that over just a little. There we go. Do just a little more of that as well over here. I think I can do just a little bit of refining. I really don't wanna overdo it. I only stepped away from this for like a couple hours, so it's not extremely dry underneath too, so I don't wanna push anything to a muddy mess. But sharpen it just a little, I think. Okay. Alright, well I think that might be that. I'm gonna go ahead and sign it, but I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night, or whatever you're off to next.